Just saying hi and everything to everybody. I want to play this intro that was made for today by T. Kelly. So, where did it go? Let's go. Let's go play the intro. I'm going to try to blow it up here for you. All right. Here we go. And today is, of course, fair use. All just my opinion. It's covered under fair use. You know, Betty, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. But this is dedicated to Big Bad Betty.
Betty was in it for more than just fun. She had a nickname, the big cruise incisor, cause downhill gravity is a big equalizer. Big Betty. Big Betty. Big Bad Betty. Betty was in it for more than just fun. She had a nickname, the big cruise incisor, cause downhill gravity is a big equalizer. Big Betty. Big Betty. Big Betty. A big bad Betty. Big Betty. Big Betty. A big bad Betty. Well, the moral of this story is plain as day. Don't lie about your weight and don't lie about your age. Cause truth may be known by only you and your mother, but gravity will get you one way or another. Big Betty. Big Betty. Big Bad Betty.
Okay, what happened? Alrighty then. Let's get into it today. So, let me say hi to everybody. That was pretty cool, T. That was really cool. That is T. Kelly work. Good job, yeah. Hey, Outlaw. Hey, Brenda. Oh, I guess I should pause it then, huh? That probably would have been the right thing to do, huh? No, I don't want to replay. Okay. Well, you can stay there because I'm going to change the screen anyway. Um, Let me see who's all in here. P. Kelly, Becca, Brenda, Outlaw, TT, Stargazer's mom, Cash. You're going to behave today because Betty's on the job today, Cash. I'm going to show you what hooves on the ground, what a real reporter and a real investigator does. No, I'm kidding. Um, yeah. Hi, beer can. Yeah, Betty's on the job. All right. And this was a case a while back, and the reason why I decided to even talk about it, you know, because Betty keeps bringing it up every chance she gets, and lately she's been saying, well, I'm the one that brought all the attention to the Kathleen Moore case, and I'm the one that found her. Not true, not true, not true. I mean, she's number one, still thinks in her head somewhere she's media, but she's not the media. Anyway, She didn't find Kathleen. She didn't bring Kathleen's case to the forefront. It wasn't because of her carrying on, but however, she did interfere in the investigation. Check on her list. Go down there acting a fool with her mouth and her bullhorn. Check. Harass people, especially innocent people that had nothing to do with it. Check. Claim to be on the search party to found her. Check. She really just did the bullhorn. Check. Nice to know that nothing's changed with that because this is case is like a year. I know the video, part of the video I'm going to show you is from a year ago. So, nothing's changed with Betty. You can go back to her TikTok days before she was even on YouTube, and it's the same. It's the same behavior. Hey, Story Night, nothing ever changes. But however, we do have Cash in chat, and y'all know if you don't behave, he's going to get you. But he likes, you can voluntarily ask for a timeout, and he'd be more than happy to oblige. Cash don't even behave in real life. Hey, Mama Smita. But Cash, you can't behave. You can't. You have to. You have to be Cash. You cannot behave. That wouldn't be fun. That nope. Do not define the perimeters of behave. Oh, I'm going to try to be serious today. Oh, by the way, thank you to some some subs that have sent me some things. Thank you very much, by the way. Did y'all check out Tiger Talks yet today? She did another video once again proving how Beta messed with them pictures even after she was called out and busted for it and then tried to come back out after she went in with editing software and tried to make him look they match up. It is physically impossible for those prints to match up line for line on top of each other. I mean, you can see it. It is physically impossible for that to happen. It, she would have to be able to mimic every little tiny stroke of that artist. That's impossible. Anyway, I just had to say, there's even more coming out with her coming out saying she did it and trying to dox the wrong person, trying to dox Burnt Toast. But yeah, there's even more proof. Which, come on, who really believed her except for some of her simps? But by the way, I'm going to bring T. Kelly up. T, you got the link in your messenger, right? It's in your messenger. I messaged you it. See if you got it. T's going to come up because she put together some video clips here of Betty with the Kathleen Moore case, and she knows a lot about it. I saw blank screens. She just re-edited the pics to make them look different from original. She is such a liar. Yeah, she did. That's exactly. She used some editing software, but Tiger Talks actually overlays the photos, the artwork, and it. She needs to stop because I don't know. She just thinks she's so much. Hey, Rockabit. She just thinks she's so much. It won't click. Huh. All right. I'm putting this link in for T Kelly people because I tried to send it messenger and it's not working. Let me get you the link. Okay, there you go. See if that one works for you. I don't want to add channels to the stream. And I'm gonna while we're doing that. Um, but yeah, so Veda, I can't believe she thinks somebody's actually afraid of her. That's when you're that into your. Okay, she's a little girl. I gotta keep remembering. But hey, she's been an artist for years, top selling artist, $800 paintings. Come on. Um, then you got VKC coming to bat for you. Is it working, T? Yeah, she thinks she's a badass, but she's not. I don't know where she went. Is the link not working? I'm on Restream today. Freaking StreamYard. But I sent you screenshots of Zev and Laura's chat with for her comments last. There she is. Alright. I'm going to add us to the stream. Let me do it this way. Because we're going to be sharing. Oh, no, I don't like that way. What about on the bottom? Yeah, I kind of like that better. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Um, Say hey, T. Can you turn your volume up? Can you speak now? T. I can barely hear you. And I got the volume maxed out there. You there? Maybe you should come out and come back in. Okay, anyway. We're gonna show this video clip or this is video clips of the bullhorn. I'm looking for it. Wait a minute. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm coming. I just want to get the right video. This is different clips that about this case that T. Kelly put together. But I also have a video of Betty's, and I look and I'm going to show you some of them. But there's just so many. She said how um here it is, how the mainstream media wasn't covering it. It was her. It was because of her. Hey T, can you hear yet? Share screen. Okay, I'm not going to start that till I see what's going on with T. Maybe jump down and come back, T. Because there's like no sound. And I got you, Mac. There you go. Sound is weird. But this is different parts of this is when Betty actually had hooves on the ground. And Lord, I looked for a picture. I needed the right angle picture of her standing straight up and down so I could have put them hooves on her feet for her feet. But I couldn't get the right picture and I spent long enough looking. But here she actually goes to people's homes. The the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend who is charged with her murder, Betty actually went to his house before he was arrested. And knowing he was a suspect and it was an open investigation, and she went there trying to talk to this dude and get a confession or get evidence out of him. And then her and JLR went walking all over the place. And she supposedly found this meat cleaver that had nothing to do with this case whatsoever. She actually staked out people's homes. She sat in her car and took pictures of cars that would come in and out of the driveways and stuff. She's nuts. She's not an investigator. She's not even the real media. And here she is, yet again, inserting herself right smack into the middle of an open investigation and mucking the waters. But she claims she didn't find that girl. It was someone on Dog the Bounty Hunter's team, someone that joined him down here. Didn't come with Dog, but joined his team down here. In fact, they were interviewed. And I have the article and the news report that that's who found her remains. And sadly, it wasn't even far from his house. It was behind his house, like 50 feet. It was just crazy. It was so close, but it's so overgrown in areas like that down here. You know, you miss it because just like with little Kaylee Anthony, that area was heavily searched. I mean, a lot of it was underwater at one time after because of a storm, but prior it wasn't. But yeah, I was even in that area. Thank God I didn't find her though. But I didn't want to. I mean, I wanted to find her, but you know what I mean. I didn't want to deal with the emotion. Anyway, T didn't come back yet. Where'd she go? Is you coming back, T?
Hi, ma'am. My name is Andra. I'm with the U.S. Press Corps. You obviously lived across the street here. Um, I know this has got to be hard, you being a woman and everything, but you have no idea. Did they ever fight? Did you ever know if they fought or anything like that?
I didn't hear that.
Right.
They were quiet.
They were quiet? Yeah, because we heard that they had an altercation and she got in.
Gee, I hear something. Can you talk yet? Mm-mm. Hey, T. Marie. T. Kelly, you can't hear at all. You can't talk. Nothing. I don't know what's going on. I'll take you back out of the stream and put you back in and see if that makes. She don't have the mic set. Who don't have the mic set? My mic is set. What mic? My mic is set. You guys can hear me, correct? Oh, T. Kelly. I don't know how to set. I don't know what she's using. I'm not technologically very good here. I've been learning this stuff as I go. But I know sometimes I don't even bother trying to come up on my iPad anymore because it's so bad. I usually just use my phone. All right, I'm going to get back to the video and take me out of the stream.
an Uber. You didn't by chance, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, see like an Uber or any cars or any activity over here? No. Okay, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Is she like?
She's missing, presumed dead. They found her cell phone. The last person that saw her was her boyfriend, Colin. He's got a huge rap sheet of domestic violence convictions as well as drug convictions, and yeah, and so it's. I believe he is. I just knocked on the door and I heard the dogs and I heard some shuffling around inside. I will tell you, unfortunately, and it kind of sucks that you're the neighbor, but I have a funny feeling there's going to be a protest here tomorrow in front of this house demanding answers. So, we're just, I'm
But I'm in stream, and I just you can't hear you. Funny feeling my ass when she organizes the protest. Exactly, that's what she was trying to do. Maybe stop the live and reset your PC, Kathy. Huh? For what? I'm not having it. It's on. It's not on my end. But I don't want to. Oh man, I'll lose everything because I don't have this loaded. I had to bring this from Messenger from yeah. I heard something. I hear you, but you're really low, and I got the volume the whole way up. I can hear you, but barely, but barely. That's weird. All right, I'm gonna get back to this because I got kids. Or have another mod try the link. The link's in chat. Um, Somebody try it. It's in chat. I'll post it again. Wait, T just jumped down. I'm gonna post a different link. Um, Maybe it's that link. There's a different link. I just can't believe Betty had the nerve to go to this freaking dude's house, man. I mean, why on earth? And she's just an average Joe like all of us. She's no investigative reporter, no. Hey, outlaw.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, I can hear you.
All right,
Oh,
it must be in her settings when you just come up. guys. Just preset your audio settings. Go to settings and click on your audio and redirect it to whatever mic that is built in your phone or iPad.
Yeah.
Sometimes Restream will kick you out. It did it to me twice trying to come up. It kicked me right out.
She is Peace Corps. Yeah, well, it's coming. Tazzy, I thought you were going to grab the link and come up.
No, I did it for a test run to check out the Android and all that to see. I seen T was having trouble with the UI system on the Android, so I tried to give it a test run, and it didn't kick my Android out or give me a error. So
Okay. I'm going to get back into the video while we're waiting for T, okay?
all right, go ahead.
Trying to find out if he's willing to talk. We can, get some information.
Name a crime where protests solved it. She can't.
But she's been gone for weeks. Nobody's seen or heard from her or her family, nothing. And with his domestic violence convictions and his drug convictions and her stuff now finding its way locally in dumpsters and things of that nature, we believe there's foul play involved. So just thought I'd prepare your work. And thank you for your time.
But Betty, it's not up to you to go tell her anything. It's an investigation, a criminal investigation, Betty.
Ay, caramba. What Bart Simpson always says.
Yeah, I can't believe she had the balls to get it. Yeah, I can. One of these times they're going to knock on the wrong person's door, or they're going to confront the wrong person on the sidewalk, or go in front of the wrong person's house. It's just a matter of time. Or they're going to push law enforcement too far where they're just going to slap the handcuffs on her yet again.
They might. If I was in law enforcement, I would.
If I had an open investigation, a murmur investigation going on, and these idiots were down here knocking on my suspect's door, and honestly, at that time, he was not arrested. He still had rights, and he still had a right to not be harassed. And I'm not sticking up for him because I hope he rots in jail because he won't get the death penalty, unfortunately. Should, but he won't. But he had rights. And the neighbors have rights. And back into it.
Next door neighbor has a chair out front. Don't ring the doorbell or knock. You are trespassing. That's what that sign says.
Okay.
143.
Can you guys
Now
hear
that,
me?
yeah, but now we got to echo. Real bad echo. Mute yourself when we're not. Yeah. You got to echo.
Well, everything else is off.
Okay.
My volume is all the way up. My mics
No,
are
I
set.
think we got an echo now. Whatever you did.
But you can hear me.
You got the settings right? But I think we got to echo.
It's the same as last time I was on.
It's not on me. I got all my
I just took her off the screen. Let me see. Yeah, it's T.
The hell? Did all this damn work?
Hey T, when you go in your audio settings, click the cancellation and all that on there when you come up. It does help.
And Betty has said many, many times that the press did not cover this, yet there's tons. In fact, I'll bring some of them up. I'll show you some of the news, live coverage on the news about Kathleen Moore. And they were involved. Who was that?
That was me. Sorry.
All right, let's get back into it.
Will not be bothering them.
Okay, now this is about the press corps. Now, what she's saying about bothering them is neighbors actually had no trespassing signs up. So what did she do? She wouldn't go on the property. But do you think she'd leave them alone? Nope. She sat in her car. She watched every car that came and went out of that area. Took some pictures. And this is from press corps. This says free media. It's all about, what their requirements are. And it says that free media plays an important role in the preservation of, society. Yeah, we know all that. Okay, whereas reporting serves to spread information must be done truthfully. A journalist's personal judgments must be clearly recognizable as such. People or organizations affected by news coverage must have the chance to comment on possible accusations before they are published. I mean, it just goes on and on what this one. The USPA does not approve of sensationalizing reporting in which lurid descriptions of violence, catastrophes, personal tragedies, or sexuality, don't want to say it, but YouTube's finicky, are included at the expense of accurateness and objectivity. If a journalist prints rumors which cannot be verified, these must be clearly recognizable as such. Particular care has to be taken with sensitive topics such as trials. Naming suspects is only permitted in exceptional cases. And it just goes on and on. Betty broke every one of these. And this ball it didn't just happen because of Georgia. It was the icing on the cake. That was the final nail in the coffin, so to speak. Because she'd already been being reported for her behavior. And they'd gotten wind of it from other people, real people in the press. And then she pulled the Georgia thing. So that's when they revoked her paid for, not so much a press pass. Because it gave her she couldn't use that to get into courtrooms, to get into closed trials and stuff like that, because she wasn't real legit. She wasn't the real press. And it says that members of the USPA respect personal rights and balance their protection with the public interest, even when this interest is justifiable. Yeah, that ain't Betty. That ain't Betty. But you can go read this. I mean, if you want to slow it down and read it, it's here. To apply, it's just a few easy steps. You fill out the application form, upload a passport photo, complete your registration. You simply pick confirm and pay your dues. There is a one-time registration fee of $108. And then there's an annual membership fee is only $48. And the fee is even prorated. And Betty bitched about spending that $48. Yeah, she did. That just explains to you. But yeah, Betty.
Now is from the neighbor's house.
Now she's now outside sitting in a car where the suspect lives. And she's filming the neighbors' houses, his house, their driveways, cars going up and down the road. You tell me what journalist sits there and does this during an active investigation, sits there trying to catch the suspect coming and going so they can videotape him. It just was a high level case, maybe, but everyday media is not going to do this. Not in the middle, you know. They're just not going to do this, and they're not going to go tell neighbors everything that happened. And when the neighbor tells them, I don't know anything, they're not going to stand there and keep talking and spill the whole story. I don't know. Just my opinion. Let me see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wanted to fill in, but yeah, cops will stake out on this, but regular journalists, nah, I don't. They hardly ever sit on a stakeout like this to try to get information. Come on, guys, they just unruly.
Yeah, she's actually sitting out there. I'm blown away. I am truly blown away. Oh, I'm doing it, T. I did. It's there. But yeah, this part here, this part here, where's the cops? Why didn't they do something? You can't have somebody who's not even, I mean, okay. Oh, and then I also got a hold of some of her content when she was hell bent on the mafia, this version of the mafia being involved with Summer Wells too. By the way, it's really something. It's really something. All right, T.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you good.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh, see, I still have an echo though. Yep.
We'll just deal with it.
Yeah, we'll
Kathy.
just stay up. Everybody mute when you're not talking, so it don't echo me. Okay. Oh, still got an echo.
It won't let me click anything.
It won't let you click anything.
It won't even let me touch the mic. It won't do anything. Stupid ass thing. I was
I know
fine
the
the last
feeling.
time.
I know we're great with Restream, but we're echoing bad.
I have excellent Wi-Fi. I did a lot of damn
Hey,
work
let's
on
be
this
honest.
shit.
Okay.
I did a lot of work on this shit.
I know. Let me try re-add you to the stream. No. The echo's still there. Yeah.
It won't let me.
That sucks. You put this whole video together, these clips. This was T, guys. That
Kathy,
sucks. Yeah.
just go ahead and bring her up, and when you want her to speak, just unmute her and mute her again. But let her go ahead.
Yeah, let me get to that. I don't think it'll let me go down there to be able to mute her, but maybe I can mute me and you.
Crazy.
Go ahead and
When I
talk,
got
T.
done. I don't even know where we are because I have YouTube off.
Well, here, I'll get that. I'll play it. That's bad.
Did not
It
like.
freezes
They
my
got two
entire
cars.
screen.
That was the one. Another car came out of the neighbor's house. We're going to be going up there very soon. I've been out here for a little bit monitoring the house, and it's light enough that I think I'm going to be walking down so I can get pictures of the vehicles in front of the house. So it's light enough right now for me to feel safe walking. I've been sitting in my car since like 5:20. Boots on the ground here related to Kathleen Moore's case and Colin Knapp.
Oh, wow. T left. Outlaw, you left. Okay. Wow. I'm sorry, T. You put so much work into this. I feel really bad. Hey, Gina Marie. Um, she's actually down here filming this stuff in the mid. I'm blown away by this. And she actually shows video of herself finding this meat cleaver that didn't appear, from the glances I got of it, it didn't appear to be something that had been laying there forever and ever and ever. Would I, and come on, Miss Legal Eagle here? Miss, I know the law. I abide by the law. I know the law. She's even stated she was a lawyer, and I have the screenshot to prove that. She said she was an attorney, but she's not. Would know that if you're looking for someone's remains and you're walking the area and you see a cleaver, a knife type instrument, you're not going to pick it up and play with it and look at it and everything and take pictures and everything and then put it back and then call the police. When she was supposedly looking for this woman's remains, who she believed to have been brutalized, and she's just going to pick it up and have fun with it and then tell the police about it. But there wasn't a trace of DNA or nothing on it. It wasn't involved. Hey, T. Nope. Echo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just about, Echo.
I can't click on settings, and when I try to click on settings, it bounces me out.
Well, it only echoes when I talk.
Frustrated.
So I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's going to be a trigger warning, because even though Kathleen Moore was not murdered with a knife or a cleaver, she's going to describe how this man who worked at a restaurant cut her up with the cleaver that Betty found. So I want to trigger warn everybody.
Okay. All right, I'm going to get back into it.
He is presumed to have some culpability in her disappearance. So I'm just going to be walking up here and getting a couple neighbors have left. A police officer actually drove by very slowly. So we're just going to walk down here. I'm just going to get some pictures of the front of the house, and we'll go from there. Don't bother, do not ring the doorbell or knock, you are trespassing. So a couple of the neighbors are already not wanting any intrusion, knocking, or anything of that nature. They're going to be unfortunately surprised when we start bringing the bullhorns out.
Okay, she's really hard to hear, but you heard her saying she wants. T, where'd you go? I had it worked out where I just muted so you could talk. Oh, I didn't want you to jump down. Okay. She's talking about getting the bullhorns out. She wants getting the bullhorns out. She wants.
Yeah.
She wants to get the bullhorns out. She's trying to get people to do a protest. It's raining like crazy. I hope it's not drowning you guys out. She's trying to get people to do all this protesting. She's trying to incite chaos, in my opinion. But let's see what he has to say.
She says several times that Kathleen Moore was part of the bad history and the arrests and the drug abuse. She was not. She was getting ready. She was almost ready to graduate to be a phlebotomist and a nurse, which a phlebotomist is who takes your blood. And she was ready to graduate from nursing school. The charges were on Colin Knapp, and none of them involved Kathleen. None of them. But Betty said it repeatedly. Colin Knapp had like 10 charges, and it was domestic assault and drugs. Who does that sound like? Oh, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to read
I want
chat for a minute.
to read chat.
Wait. Um, BHB's badge was taken away from her in Georgia. She wasn't allowed in a press conference in Georgia. Yeah, no, this was a year prior to that. This is the Kathleen Moore case. I am here. Welcome in. And Outlaw, I don't know if you see my message in chat, but thank you so much. You're always such a big help, Outlaw. Um, she inserted herself during, within a week, this man was arrested and charged with second degree. The police always knew. They just had to get, Betty can't give them a minute to get their case together. Just because they think it don't mean they can, they have to be able to prove it. They have to be able to make it stick. But in the meantime, while they're doing their investigation, Betty's down here trying to question him, questioning the neighbors, filming the houses, filming the cars that come and go, people up and down the street, sitting in her car stalking this freaking neighborhood. She's freaking nuts. T, why'd you jump down? Do you keep getting kicked? Because I had it worked out where I just put you back, unmute you so you could talk. But, okay, we'll get back into it. This is like derailing the whole. I'm sorry, guys. Technical issues. T put a lot of work into this, and I really wanted her to be a part of it. And I'm sorry that it's happened, but I gotta, I appreciate you. Let's get back into old Betty.
You to go over to my Twitter, and I need your email addresses to add you as moderators, and I will. If anybody, I will only allow the people that I know to moderate for me.
You only want an echo chamber because the couple mods you have are your echo chamber. You don't want anybody in your chat that even has the slightest difference of opinion. If they don't roll with what you're saying, they're kicked. And it's still that way to this day, Betty. But of course, we want the mods we choose to be there for us and stick up for us. Yeah, I mean, you don't want them to mod for you so they could go tell somebody every little thing. But I don't know. Why would you have somebody as a mod if you don't trust them? See, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, at least give them a minute, give them a reason to not trust them. I don't know. But you want an echo chamber. You don't want a real chat.
So if we haven't chatted or you're new to my channel, unfortunately, until I get to know you better, I will not be allowing those people to moderate for me. Only the people that have been here for some time and that I recognize. Thank you. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. Again, it's a bittersweet moment for us tonight as Kathleen's family is suffering with this loss. And we're very thankful to the Pasco Sheriff's Office for making a quick arrest in this matter. I'm pretty sure the evidence only pointed one way. We've been out there for days. And, everything just kept going back to one place and one place only, and that was Colin.
But you even did try to implicate his roommates who had nothing whatsoever to fucking do with it. Nothing. You insinuated that she lived there with him. She didn't. He had roommates. Yeah, she was there a lot. She was his girlfriend. Yes, they had a turbulent relationship. But Betty, you... Okay. I can't with Betty. Let me put her back up. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, so she's about to implicate the roommates. He had 3 roommates. And the reason why she wants to implicate the roommates is because she never did her research and found out that Kathleen Moore didn't even live there. She had her own place. She was going to nursing school, and she was on and off with this guy. Um, so she didn't even live with the roommates, but she's going to implicate the roommates. She filmed the roommates' cars, and she tried to interview the roommates before the police did. So just to let you know
Yeah,
that.
y- that she did do. Oh, that's still echoing. Okay. Just stay here. Don't go nowhere, T. Um, that's that's a Betty. If you remember in any all of the other cases that her and JLR and their little team was involved in, they would point the finger at everybody. And here she's going to do the same thing. T, you jumped down again. Okay. All right.
Knapp's home. I don't know if his roommates had anything to do with it. I can tell you when I arrived there this morning, both roommates were no longer there. So the first day we showed up and knocked the door to get a statement from Colin Knapp, there was only the truck and the trailer there. The whole entire driveway was empty. We went back the second day. We did see him outside. We asked him where Colleen was. He had a cold, stone face, stone cold face. His body language was all off. You could just
Oh my God, I just spilled iced
tell
tea.
he knew, we knew, and he immediately tried to call the police. And of course, we were standing in
Sorry,
the road.
guys, I
We did
spilled
not
iced
approach
tea.
his property, and therefore there was nothing that could have been done. We stayed in the public domain, so to speak. And I just find it awfully cowardice of him to kill a young woman, not want to answer questions, and then have the audacity to call the law on people that are trying to find the answers. That means that he, knows.
She, she, she's a lot. She explains how he cut her up. This is going to get gross, people.
Knows how to dismember, say, a cow. Most of these restaurants, people don't understand. They don't buy steaks. They don't buy
Now,
T-bone.
that's the meat cleaver she claims she found in the back of somewhere behind his home. Okay. Now, Betty is a crime expert, according to Betty. Why, if she even thought that was involved in this crime, is she handling it and posing with pictures? What the fuck? But it wasn't used, and he wasn't. She wasn't taken to the restaurant and butchered, so to speak, like Betty has alluded to, which is clear because they found her.
Bones. They don't buy, a rack of ribs. They don't buy any of this stuff. They buy cows, and they actually process the cows right there in the restaurant. So it's like really grade A, meat. That's how these restaurants work. They don't buy 15 T-bones. They buy 3 or 4 cows, and they that.
Okay.
These Wells parents had
Wait a
nothing to
minute. Wait a minute. Big restaurants probably do that, but not the small restaurants. Beds. Sorry, they don't have room for a whole cow. Do you know how much meat's on a whole cow, Betty? Moo, Betty. Anyway, Betty was wrong. Of course. He didn't do that to her.
domestic violence.
And of course, Betty never corrected any of her misinformation, just like the misinformation she's giving right now and things she's talking about, and she never will.
domestic violence. If you can hit somebody you love, if you can hurt somebody you love, you're capable of just about anything.
Whoa! They planted the cleaver after learning he worked in a restaurant. They planted things in. Yeah, supposedly. That's allegedly. Yeah. I'm on a solid connection. I drove to do this. I know. Go up and stay up. Instead of me dropping you off the screen, I'll just mute you. So go back up. And Kathleen Moore was beaten. Yeah. If you can hurt someone you love, you're capable of anything. Amen to that, Story Night. Amen to that. And then what makes me really, how much preaching does Betty do about the law and evidence and what the police need? But here she is picking up a possible piece of evidence, according to her. I question where it came from. Because they tried to make it appear dirty, but it's really not. Anyway, you're going to pick it up and play with it and take pictures and stuff, and then you're going to put it back, and then you're going to tell the police about it. But don't you think never mind. There'd have been something on it, though, Betty, and there's not. I mean, because it came out of your backpack. But anyway.
Discuss with me this knife. If it wasn't the murder weapon, seems like it would be a colossal waste of time.
Okay, just come back up.
So, because he even talked about the attorneys, that the attorneys will say they planted it, blah, 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 blah. So that tells me that is most likely the murder weapon, the weapon that killed Kathleen Moore. That right there is scary.
What? Yeah, she just said that is most likely the weapon. It had nothing to do with it. In fact, the only DNA they probably found on it or prints was hers. I mean, oh my God. Because this man worked in a restaurant. Granted, he's a dirtbag, he's a slime bucket, deserves to pay for what he did. Kathleen deserves all the justice in the world. Why it's only second degree, I have no idea. But he can't get the DP at second degree, sadly. But this isn't what was going on. And had she taken a minute, she might have realized it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. Betty would have continued doing it. It wouldn't have mattered. That was not, nor was it ever that I'm aware of, considered. And I went through a lot of research on this case. I'm going to show you some of the videos that, the press that were involved that Betty said wasn't involved till she got them involved. Anyway, because I'm going to play some of her video too. But wow, we're already an hour and a half into this. Holy cow. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to quit. But this was not the weapon. She was not cut up or dismembered. It's disgusting. I don't even like talking about it, but she was not dismembered.
Would come after you with something like that. Just scary.
Just
scary. Can you tell the folks here in the chat one way whether you saw him or not? I'm interested.
Okay. Now, she will not admit that it was dog search team that found the remains. Now, mind you, this is Florida. Okay, even in November, it can get nasty down here, and and she'd been out there a minute. She'd been out there before they found her. So, yeah, they still would have been able to tell if she was dismembered, and she was not.
If you saw anybody from Dog's team out there, I know there's some lag in our speech and in the comments, but yes, that is terrifying. And this was somebody that she trusted. This is why I don't believe, anything when it comes to domestic violence.
Oh, hold the train. Hold the train. Betty. Yes, he has an extensive history, and he has prior DV charges that don't even pertain to Miss Kathleen Moore. But Betty, you cannot stand here and say the things you do and say you're this big advocate for DV when you yourself have committed DV and it's on your own record. I'm just saying. I'm not lying. I'm not putting anything out there. I'm not showing it, but it's everybody knows about it. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Jump off that train, Betty. Let me get T back up there. Jump off that train, girlfriend. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, T. T.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, can I explain about Dog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if everybody didn't know, Dog the Bounty Hunter was located in Colorado. He had moved there after the death of his wife, Beth, and he got remarried and they stayed in Colorado. But then Dog wanted to be part of the Brian Laundrie case, so he went to Florida. When he went to Florida, some ex-military men, I know there were a couple of Marines, and some ex-police officers, retired police officers, joined Dog's team in Florida for the Brian Laundrie search. And after the Brian Laundrie case, Dog decided that he wanted to relocate to Florida. So that team stayed together. And they did small searches even when Dog wasn't there. And those are the people that volunteered to search for Kathleen Moore. So Dog was not there, but his team was. So just so everybody's clear on that.
Right.
But look at how
Right.
bells in that picture.
But anyway, I just had to mute you, T, because of the echo. Um, yeah, Betty's never going to admit any of this. But let's finish this so we can get on with the other video and we'll get back to it. Okay, this is Dog the Bounty Hunter's team find body of mom near her boy. This is all about near her boyfriend's house. Um, the team of Dog the Bounty Hunter have reportedly found the body of missing mom Kathleen Moore in the woods near her boyfriend's house, and she was found in Newport Richey. I believe it was 50 yards behind his house. But down here, you got all these canals and stuff, man-made little canals and stuff, and they get so overgrown with. It's pretty easy to miss someone when you're searching. It is. I only know because I was actually on a search party, Kaylee Anthony's.
So again, if you guys like what you're seeing here, please pass it around. We have set the bar for these crime YouTube channels. We have absolutely set the bar for these crime YouTube channels. We are getting out there. We are looking up. We are researching. We are speaking to witnesses. We're bringing all that information to you.
What? You're what? You're interfering in active murder investigations. You're a nuisance. You cause a scene. You heckle on the street. You harass and you stalk people. And you spread misinformation. That's not setting the bar that high, Betty boy. Oh, Betty, 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 Betty. That is not setting the bar high for anybody because if that's actually pretty low there, dude. Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
Oh, I was booted. Where are we at?
She's saying how she set the. I can't tell you.
Oh,
Let me mute you.
she said,
She's saying how she set the bar so high.
But anyway, oh, yeah, she has set the bar for all of true crime, and the other true crime creators know that.
I doubt that. Somehow, I just totally doubt that. I don't think they're worried about. I'm not true crime, but there's from time to time there's going to be stories I do want to cover. I don't consider myself any certain thing. I'm just whatever's going on. Hey, it's happening today. Let's go with it. But I don't see any true crime. Well, yeah, there is some like her, like Justice for All, old Spanky Boy, and this. She can have them. And Dolly, they will to them. That's a level. That's good with them. I mean, but no reputable true crime person is going to give two shits about me reaching any line of Betty's. Just my opinion. Back to the video.
People are talking to us. We are providing law enforcement information
Wait a minute.
people will not give them because
I gotta mute you two. Just stay here. Don't go nowhere. Just muted you.
are scared to speak to law enforcement. We have become and act as that conduit from witnesses to the police, primarily witnesses that are breaking the law and don't want to deal with law enforcement. New tricks. What I don't like is people without integrity. People that lie. People that use people for money. That's what I don't like.
You choked me out.
I don't like being stabbed in the back.
You just made me choke. You really, literally just made me choke, Betty. Oh my God. Betty. You don't like being stabbed in the back. But you can do some of the worst, shittiest things you can do to people on here on YouTube. You do it. Okay. All right. Alrighty then. Let's see what T has to say about you.
But I can tell you, their names are not coming out of my mouth. I will not promote them in the least bit of way. And, for this female, when she knows who I'm talking about, if she's watching this, you have my number. If you want to talk, you pick up the damn phone and call me and quit calling.
Betty, if you don't want what, Dallas, honey? Mommy's live. What? Let me put T on. Okay, I'm coming. Go ahead, T. Okay, she jumped down. Anyway, Betty, no one cares. At this time, you were on YouTube less than a year. You didn't have 24K that you've been stagnant at for a long time. You were just a little. You're still a little YouTuber, but nobody was caring if you shouted them out. You're the one clout chasing, Betty. You're the one seeking the shout outs. I don't think these people cared one two shits if you talk about them or not. At least I didn't, and I still don't. You think you're cute because you think you're so clever that we don't know the kind of shit you pull. Betty, everybody knows everybody's had your number for a very, very long time. And you think you were cute by going into Veda's chat and giving her that poor girl's photo again. You think you're so clever that you can dox everybody and find out who everybody is. And you didn't. And yet again, you doxed the wrong freaking person, some innocent girl that had nothing to do with nothing. And you had old tube top wearing Tata head over there putting her picture out for all to see. Y'all are some twisted people, man. Y'all are some twisted individuals. And you do exactly what you're crying about. Go ahead, T.
Yeah. I wonder if law enforcement knows that she's the conduit for them. You saw how many people were talking to her in her video. One lady didn't even know what was going on. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Right. Oh, it gets better. Okay, you can mute me again. Mute me and boot me.
Let's get back into the video. It's almost done. She's salty though. Nobody cares about her. And even back then, this is what I mean. Look at Betty. Betty has not changed. Betty, if anything, to me, these people like her and Molly and Veda and stuff, they come out the gate assholes. And like this Zab girl and stuff, and this Natasha, they're all tragedy pimps. They're all scum. Don't you come out here barking, Bubba. Be a good boy. Um, I lost my train of thought talking to my dog. They come out nasty, and they just amp it up. The more they get away with, the more they do. But that's just my opinion.
Jonathan, I don't want to be on YouTube. Like, I really just don't.
Hey, true
I don't
crime.
want to be bringing these cases out there to you. But quite frankly, I've watched the media distort the truth. I've watched the media fabricate the truth. I've watched the media not tell people the entire truth, even when they knew it.
Betty, don't you consider yourself part of that media? I mean, I don't, because I know you're not a reporter. You know, someone else you may know, maybe, but you're not. You're clearly not a reporter, and you don't work for any reputable news source or even semi reputable or any kind of reputable. You don't work for anyone. And this is Kathleen Moore. I hope they do find her. I pray every day that they do find her, and only God knows where she is, and she has the last word. Karen Moore told 8 on Your Side Monday afternoon after learning her daughter's disappearance had become a homicide investigation. And less than 24 hours later, Pasco deputies said they recovered Kathleen's remains in a heavily wooded area behind her on and off again boyfriend's home in Newport Richey. So CT was telling, T's right. They were on and off again, but according to Betty, it was so different. And I'm going to play you some of Betty's if we have time. And they positively identified her based on her tattoos. Aw. There was a deliberate attempt to hide the Largo woman's body 50 yards away from the house. Aw, that's sad. Bobalicious. No. Okay. Betty claims she found Kathleen, and she did. And I've heard Betty say that. Just like, she, with the JJ, she insinuated she was part of the team that found him, but she wasn't. In fact, you couldn't have been more deflated of someone being found safe and sound. You know, um, she was totally defeated when that happened. But here, this just confirms that the body was found by a walker in the area. It wasn't a walker; it was one of the searchers in the area, and where it was found at 11:30 a.m. Tuesday. And of course, it was been out there, and it was decomposing. Let me see if T wants to talk. Go ahead, T.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks, right? Or maybe a little over 2 weeks that she was out there.
Yeah.
And that can be a long time if she was in wet area. But they did not say they found a dismembered body. They did not say that she had visible knife wounds because they believed that she was beaten and choked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go on.
Okay. Yeah, Betty, as you see earlier, had alluded that meat cleaver that supposedly Betty found.
Betty, as you cleaver, that supposedly
What?
Betty found.
What is going on? Okay, so Betty did allude that the meat cleaver was the weapon, and that she believed that because he worked in a restaurant, that he knew how to, cut up meat. So she alluded that he dismembered her, and that wasn't the case. She in Florida weather, I don't know what the weather was like, when she was found. It was, a while ago. But it gets, even in November, it gets stuffy and hot here. And there's, like I said, swampy areas, and the overgrowth, being out, a body being out there 2 weeks, a week, is going to decompose, but you're still going to be able to tell at that point. You know, Betty, 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 Betty. Okay, let me.
Prove yourself innocent. Where the hell do you think you are? You know, innocent until proven guilty is when you're arrested and you're facing the court of law. When you're dealing with Andrea, when you're dealing with heels on the ground, you don't get a pass. You don't get this innocent until proven guilty bullshit. You don't get it. You just don't.
What is she talking about? Who the hell does Betty think she? Wow. Well, she does say you're guilty until proven innocent. She says it all the time. I got to replay that.
I got to replay that.
Well, she does say you're guilty until proven innocent. She says it all the time. I got to replay that.
I got to replay that.
Well, she does say you're guilty until proven innocent. She says it all the time. OT that I can't shake. Let me try. Are you there?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
OT that I can't shake.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Let me try. Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't.
I can't.
It's a really bad echo. I can't even get it out this time. Let me see if I take you down and bring you back up. Okay. No, you went off.
No, you went off.
Yeah.
Let me see if I take you down and bring you back up.
Yeah, see, it's continuing the echo overlap twice and twice. Okay. I'm going to mute myself so you can talk. Do you want to talk? Okay. Now, I want to go to. I do want to play that last part again, though. That was funny. Where did it go? I just want to back it up just a little bit. I mean, who the hell does she think she is?
You know, innocent until proven guilty is when you're arrested and you're facing the court of law. When you're dealing with Andrea, when you're dealing with heels on the ground, you don't get a pass. You don't get this innocent until proven guilty bullshit. You don't get it. You just don't.
But Betty, you, my dear, got away with how many times you were arrested and charged with stuff? Okay. Go ahead and talk, T. Well, it didn't even bring you up. But Betty. Wow. Okay, I just want to get on to what else she has to say. I got this from Betty's channel. It's herself. A lot of her stuff she deleted. It's a long video, so I don't know how much we'll go into it, but I saved it. She got a lot to say, though. I can't believe the stuff she says. Oh, my God. I cannot believe the stuff she says. I just, Okay, where did it go? It'd probably been easier to go to her channel and find it than on my damn playlist. Here they are. Here it is. Let me see. It should be in the playlist. No, I don't want to play this. No, that's not what I wanted to play. Sorry about that, people. I want to play her video on her. Uh, I can't even believe. I just still can't believe what she just said. Andra, you got to do Andra. You're guilty for with me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Okay, I didn't put that in there. I have no idea. How does this stuff get in your playlist when you don't even put it there? All right, I'm just going to go to Betty and get it because I don't even know where that stuff came from. But she's got these new cases she's on now. And she's misinformation, of course. I mean, it's no loss there for what Betty's doing. But she definitely got this story all wrong. And she never corrected any of the facts. None of them. I'm coming, kiddos. I hear you. Your TV, you want your TV on. Let mommy get this video started. Oh, come on. Oh, why won't it go down? Wait, page isn't responding. What the hell's going on now? Now I'm having problems. I had all this preloaded. See? Never works out right. Everything got thrown off. But for her to go to a suspect's home in the middle of an investigation, and it was actually, it was a very short investigation because he was arrested before they even found her. So her and JLR were down there, well, because they live here and it's right here in Florida. It's not far from her. They were able to get there pretty, you know. But for her to say there's so many news reports, the news was on this from the get go. I mean, she was an adult at first, you know, just like when my nephew went missing at first. Yeah, you don't get the attention you want. Why won't it go down now? What the hell? Wow, she's got a lot of videos. It takes forever to find them on here. But to sit there and then try to allude that the roommates were in on it, a neighbor, you know, picking up supposed evidence, even trying to question the freaking main suspect, like she's actually the police or something, is just unbelievable. And if you notice with these people, they amp it up. Yeah, boots on the ground. She did say that. Then she said heels on the ground. And they are not heels on the ground. Never have been heels on the ground. There are hooves on the ground. But she did say boots on the ground. Yes, she did. But this video is from a year ago that she did on Kathleen Moore. And to this day, Betty has never corrected nothing she said. Like she said, because he worked in a restaurant, conveniently, they found a meat cleaver. But, you know, she said that was used in the commission of the crime, and it was not. She said she was dismembered. She was not. Baba, Baba. Babalicious. He's working it himself. There's not even nobody out here. The dog barks. He instigates. He barks at the neighbors' dogs and tries to get them going. He's an instigator. He's so spoiled. Oh, Lord, I thought for sure I saved this video. Actually, I'll do it this way. I'll just put slash Kathleen Moore. I had it saved. I have no idea what happened to it. But there's stuff on my save list in a playlist that I didn't even. No, it didn't give it to me. Oh, she actually has a video here where she meets with the detective. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? They actually met with her? What the hell was. Did they actually think she was the real media? Did they not bother to check? Okay, here's one from a year ago. And it's titled Kathleen Moore was KILLED. And then it has, his hashtags and was Colin Knapp was charged in her death. I don't think that's a long one though. This is off the BullhornBetty channel. Let's see what this one is. Where did it go? No. No, 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 no. Why did you do that? I don't want the channel. I want the video. What, Symphony?
I want to show you what I made because I'm displaying it so you can make a island because Dallas have a lot of stuff.
Okay, this is from Betty's channel. This is. Let me enlarge it for you. Where's the sound, Bets? There's no sound. You guys, you can't hear. Can you hear that video? I have no idea why it's not playing sound. Let me see. Maybe she was just not playing any.
She's been gone for weeks. Nobody's seen her from her family, nothing. And with his domestic violence convictions and just drug convictions, and her stuff now finding its way locally in dumpsters and things of that nature, we believe there's foul play involved. So,
Okay, we've seen this part.
Just thought I'd prepare you with it. Thank you for your time. Uh-huh.
She goes right to people's houses.
Don't ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
Or not. You are trespassing.
Yeah. See, people in the neighborhood knew she was there, that her and JLR were there walking around bothering people. People actually wrote handwritten signs and put them out on chairs in their doorways just so these people would leave them alone. That's insane. They shouldn't have to do that. They should be bothering these people. Number one, they're not real media. Number two, this whole case didn't take long once it all came together to put him, like I said, he was even arrested before she was found. I believe it was a day or two before she was found. So they didn't even let the investigation unfold, and they inserted themselves. But what really blows my mind is she actually thought ringing the doorbell where he lived with roommates oh my God, was okay. Oh Jesus.
Says the neighbor is 143. So we will not be bothering them.
Oh no, you're gonna sit outside in your car and take pictures and video of everybody coming and going, but you're not gonna bother them. You're putting all these people's houses on the screen for YouTube. They have nothing whatsoever to do with it.
this. All news reporters don't bother.
See, look, they know that these idiots from YouTube, they think they're media because they introduce themselves as media. And they wear media t-shirts and hats and stupid printed up press badges they got off the internet. People actually think they're media. And they're posting the neighbors just to be left. That's insane. That's it. Because the real media is not doing this. Just they are.
We're not. We're trespassing. So, a couple of the neighbors are already.
Nah, more than a couple.
Not wanting any intrusion, knocking, or anything of that nature.
And I just wonder if law enforcement didn't tip the neighborhood off. You know? Just saying.
Have showed up in dumpsters in and around this area, this particular community, and why the focus is on Colin Knapp. Yesterday we were here, knocked the door, nobody answered. There was only a truck and a trailer here. As you can see, there's much more vehicles in the driveway. Beats car, Angie, and Colin not come home.
Betty, what the fuck is wrong with you? You knew he was a person of interest. Why would you go knock on his door? Why? What the fuck?
So we're gonna get this.
I know it's in your video, T.
That's the neighbor that had the sign up.
Yeah, she keeps walking around. What the hell happened? That was some weird shit. What the hell did that cut off for? Anyway. That was some weird shit. Okay, it's still on it? Alright. So, we seen some of this, but there's some we didn't, so I want to see how much further it's going to go. This is the area. She's not talking, though, apparently.
So right now, we are behind Colin Knapp's home.
A-Trap Mafia.
Right there. There's this big, swampy forest.
Okay, and she was found 50 feet behind his house in that swampy muck, which is what Florida's known for. So, but she still wasn't dismembered with a meat cleaver that Betty found, handled, took pictures of, then laid back down, then notified the police.
We're back here now. This is definitely a place I would think law enforcement would like to start focusing some efforts in the search.
Now, mind you, Betty lives in Florida. She's from Florida. But anytime you've ever seen her going to do anything like this, she's never prepared. And she complains the whole time. But she knows the kind of area, the kind of terrain you're going to be walking around in Florida. And she gets her subs to buy her all this expensive stuff she don't need. And she still don't use none of it. Go figure.
For Kathleen Moore. I can tell you there's briars out here. It's hard to get.
You're not looking hard.
There's a lot of swamp.
But see, Betty, this is what I mean about you. You're not searching. You're standing there streaming YouTube live on your phone, talking to your chat. But you don't search. When you're on a search team, trust me, I've been on one. You don't stream on your phone. You're busy searching. That's what you're there for. You're supposed to be looking down actually at the ground and, moving stuff and, looking.
But this is a great place to hide somebody that you don't want found.
And
Great
this is
place
why she says they found her. She didn't find her.
somebody that you don't want found. So, I hope if law enforcement hasn't already, that they will find a way to get back here and search this area very well. I mean, there's just a lot of trees. I mean, this stuff is pretty thick. I mean, you can see my foot.
And look, you're in
down,
shorts.
my knees.
Okay. You're in shorts and it looks like tennis shoes. You're not dressed to be walking through that terrain looking for anything. So you really had no intentions of looking. And I'm going to let this play for a minute so I can go turn my kids want a TV show on. So hopefully Betty won't strike me and I'll be right back.
We're walking back here trying to find any evidence of where Kathleen Moore may be. Lots of places back here. You can see that somebody sets up your plays back here. We're going to keep looking through here in the areas that we can look through by foot. There's just some areas we can't get to without having some water boots or other modifications and provisions to get to. But our thought is they would have had to have found something close by because we've seen. Ouch. Maybe I should have touched that, but I found this. I don't think it is anything, but you never know. I don't see any blood or anything on it, but it is.
Alrighty. Oh, her and this meat cleaver. I don't even. This is when she found it. I know I showed it in the other one, but I just wanted to show it again, see if you could get a better view of it. But yeah, okay. And is anybody buying any of this? I mean, is anybody really buying this? You're going out to the road because Betty, if you go in a little further, it's going to be totally swampy and you've got freaking tennis shoes on. Stop. You're doing this, you're filming for content, for views. You're not doing it to actually be of any assistance.
Now look at mom find a mess stuff out here. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, we know about the fake water bottle.
Let's see what we can find. I don't know if necessarily this would be the place because people can see commotion going on out here. But just keep a play out here, obviously.
All right, I want to fast forward this. I think this is mostly going to be.
Yeah. And I had Edward involved my number and told that.
This is what I mean. You're in the middle of searching for someone. You don't stop and give interviews.
Give him my number and have him call me. And I asked him when you did. I said, what's going on? Where's Cat? And he's like, I don't know.
Okay, so now you guys are talking to people who are talking to people so you all can misconstrue everything that was said. And as it goes from one person to the other, more and more gets added and it gets twisted. And there's a bunch of bullcrap going around. This is a very active, open investigation, and you idiots are doing what you normally do.
We got in a really big argument. We were drinking a lot. We were both drunk. And she got pissed on her phone and said, I'm calling, I'm out of here. And I know that's her. Like,
All right, I'm going to fast forward through this because I.
see, exactly. You're drinking. Like us, we've been going through that.
Yeah, we went.
And we go to the water, right back to the house. We actually swamp. Yeah. So, like, down that, what was it called?
Mm-mm. But see, this is Betty's idea of searching. She's talking to everybody. They're worried about putting on a show for YouTube. Okay, where was the officials and any official search parties going on here? I'm glad that, I know her friends did organize searches and stuff. They inserted themselves into that. And these people, they are stopping and interviewing these people. It just blows my mind. But I want to move on to the next video. Just to get, I want to move on to the next video. Hopefully it'll just go right back to it. Yeah. Okay. This is her meeting the detective. Oh my God. I cannot believe the cops actually met with her. Or did they just have a press conference with everybody? That night she has an exclusive interview. Colin's mom. Where's Kathleen? Where's the media? She interviewed his mother. Did her boyfriend? Oh my God. There's more than I thought. Let's listen to this one. This is did her boyfriend. All right, let me turn that off because I don't care about that. Okay, this is from Betty. I'm going to share the screen. I cannot believe she interviewed his mother. I got to check that out. We got to check that one out. Why on earth would the main suspect's mother talk to BullhornBetty? What the fuck? Who's against him? I gotta check that one out. But let's get into this.
So I'm going to wait just a few minutes to know that this is supposed to go live. I don't have to turn my camera around yet.
Okay, well, apparently you just did it.
Still working on that. Still working on that. So, I'm Pasco County. I tried to go live earlier in front of Colin Knapp's house. He was. They raided his house yesterday. They raided his house yesterday looking for Kathleen Moore. Kathleen Moore has been missing since Sunday after Thanksgiving into the early mornings of Monday, November 29th. I'm actually up here now at the landfill. Apparently, there was some law enforcement present out here at the landfill earlier today as they were raiding, or yesterday possibly as they were raiding Colin Knapp's home. They did find her cell phone at the Walgreens near the home that she was at with him. I did have an opportunity to speak with some of the neighbors. One of the neighbors basically told me that she didn't go there very often. She didn't hear any disturbance, didn't hear any arguing. However, at the end of the day, obviously the officers believe that there's foul play. She has not been heard from by her family. The last time anybody heard from her was the
Betty, why are you regurgitating this? By the way, remember how you said that the mainstream media didn't get on this story, and neither did the police or anybody listen until you got involved, you and your buddies? But yet, go look when the first news report was done, Betty, before you were even down there, and you live close. She went missing the 29th to early morning hours of the 30th, and it was already on the news, Betty. There's tons and tons of news reports. I don't know how you missed them. There's even articles, go figure. And he was a suspect, a person of interest, rather, from the get go. And you went down there and you interfered like the clown you are.
Morning, the early mornings of November 29th, and that was while she was at her boyfriend's house. They had a fight. He was violent, and she was speaking to them on Facebook or FaceTime. I'm unsure if it was him or her friends that indicated that she may have taken an Uber home. I have no earthly idea, but this is going to be a short video. I'm still out here.
I have no earthly idea about anything in this story, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. Just like I just told you previously that meat cleaver that had nothing to do with it, that I supposedly found, and I touched and I messed with and I photoed and then I put it back for the police. I just, had to get my DNA and my fingerprints all over that crime scene. Thank God it wasn't a crime scene, Miss Legal Eagle. Betty, I can't.
Signs tomorrow. I believe we will be back out about 1 p.m. With some friends, posting signs around her neighborhood.
No, what you're doing is her friends, and they were doing stuff, and you are not their friend. You didn't know them, but you inserted yourself in it. There's a big difference here. Don't say some friends. Well, JLR, you can have him. You can have him. He denies you in public anyway. That can't feel too good to think that dude's your BFF, and yet he denies you in public. Anyway, okay. Some friendships are to remain hidden, I guess.
Trying to help locate her, and that's it. So we are on this. We're looking into it a little bit deeper. We don't know what's going on here.
No, you don't. But you're still happy to say that he dismembered her with that damn meat cleaver. That wasn't even the case. Nope, not even close. You had him guilty before the police did, as usual. You even tried to point the fingers at his roommates and a neighbor. Betty. Betty.
I was over at Colin Knapp's house earlier today. I knocked on his door. I could hear the dogs barking and scuffling going on in the house.
Again, big bad Betty. Why the hell did you go to the main persons of interest home about an ongoing investigation? Why? Just ask. I'm sure you had your fake press badge out for all to see too.
Physically in the home or not, but again, we are here at landfill here in Pasco County. I do not see any law enforcement here. What was very upsetting to me in front of Colin's home is this is a young woman that has been gone for a little moment, and nobody knows where she's at. Her family doesn't know where she's at.
Well, that's usually what it means you're missing, Betty. But anyway, you be safe out there, outlaw. Okay, I want to fast forward just a little bit. We might go to something else. Yeah, I could not believe she talked to the freaking police officer. You gotta be kidding me. Why would the police talk to her? Why? Did they really think? Oh my God. Here's another one. I don't know if this wasn't the one I wanted. The one I'm looking for was a year ago. Oh, here, update on Kathleen Moore and the arrest. We'll see what this is about. If this is it. And we'll mute the song. Oh, my kids sound like they're killing each other in there. All right, let's get through. I noticed, see how she did her intro a year ago? I like this intro a lot better than the one she uses now. That's just me, though.
For Pasco County. It's bittersweet. Like, I'm so happy and thankful that he has been um, caught, and he will be brought to justice. But it's very sad for the Moore family tonight as they learn that their daughter will not be here for Christmas. It's very sad. Um, it's just very sad. So I'm sorry, just getting some other things tightened up here. So
But
as
okay.
soon as Pasco County,
It was so sad for you that you couldn't even give it 30 seconds of your undivided attention. But it was so sad to you.
goes live just in a few minutes, we'll be bringing their live stream to you on here. So we are hopeful and thankful for this live stream. So we're just gonna sit tight and just go forward here. So the rules of engagement, as many people have been on here, we do have some infiltrators into the YouTube channel, pulling attention away from Kathleen Moore. I don't know what their intention is on that.
Her name, you keep getting her name wrong. This is the third time in videos, just today alone, that you've gotten her name wrong. Her name is not Kylie. Her name is Kathleen. Before you called her Colleen, you called her everything but her name is Kathleen. At least get it right. It's starting to thunder, guys. I hope the rainstorm don't take out my signal. Yeah, but I'm missing my house. I'll try and stay connected, but I'll be driving. Aw, T, I'm sorry. I feel so bad. Aw, I'm weird like that. It's alright, T. I get it. Alright, I'm going to play just a little
It
bit of
is a
this
sad
because it's already getting late and it's starting to really thunder.
day for us here. We worked very hard. We were hoping that she would be brought home alive. We are finding out today that it's not the case. However, Colin Knapp, the only person of interest, and again, the reason I say that is because our media, our mainstream media, has, and I am coming down on them very hard, and I'm going to be very harsh of our local media here. One, because they refuse to give this case much attention. It was only after that I started calling them out, and my followers started blowing their Twitter and YouTube pages up with their disgust over the fact that they failed to bring media attention to Kathleen Moore after all the attention that Gabby Petito got and other
Betty, there was a media attention. There's tons and tons of live news reports on multiple channels. There was articles. There was attention. The cops were investigating. They were putting their case together, Betty.
I worked.
You didn't work.
And so I'm very upset about that. So this woman's life mattered. And WFLA had the audacity to basically tell friends of Kathleen Moore that there's just not enough attention. They don't pick the news, this, that, and the other. It was absolutely disgusting. Shame on HJB. Shame on Josh. Shame on WFLA.
No, shame on you. Because you let these people believe that you were the real media and you could do something. And you didn't. You didn't, Betty. And lots of local news cover it. Did they give it the coverage it should have gotten? Probably not. They don't in a lot of cases. They really don't. And, let's face it, it wasn't a high profile case. And that shouldn't matter. It should not matter at all. But unfortunately, it does. But don't act like this was all because of you or nobody did nothing, because I scanned through hours of videos of news clippings from news stations about this case. We're starting from the 30th on. So, wasn't because of you, Betty.
Very displeased with their behavior as
journalists and media as a whole in mainstream media. So I want to make sure that I am very vocal about that here tonight. It was very sad that it took me calling them out before you brought a news reporter in there just to take a look at what was going on. And then now I guarantee they have every freaking news media.
She claimed to find the cleaver behind his house before they found her body. That's why Ellie wanted to talk to her. Oh, I bet we seen the video twice of her with this meat cleaver. Okay, I'm sorry, but Miss Legal Eagle here. If you're searching for someone and they tell you that when you're on a search party, to not pick anything up, to not touch anything. Here she is, Miss so experienced in the law, has even lied, and I got the screenshot of you in the comments section of Burnt Toast channel telling someone that you're an attorney. Why you always lying, Betty? Why the F you lying? Big bad Betty. Anyway. I can't with Betty.
Posted outside of Pasco County that you can imagine. They're deplorable. All for ratings and money.
All for ratings and money. They're deplorable. They're the press. They're the media. What the hell are you? What are you doing? You're doing it all for attention, views, and money, Betty. What a hypocrite, boy. That's a good screenshot of you right there. That's a really good screenshot of you right there. I gotta take that. That's a mug only a mother could love. Let me blow that up. But yeah. What the hell do you think you do, Betty? What do you think you've done? You claim to be searching for people, all the while you're complaining on your phone and streaming live on YouTube. You're not searching, you're doing it for views and clicks, for money, because then you hit your subs up for case funds, case money. Shut all the way up. For real, just shut all the way up. Oh my God. What's the matter, Betty? Wouldn't the reporters for that local news station talk to you, Betty? Is that it? They wouldn't take you serious as a member of the press because you're not? Never were?
For money.
Just so, like you. I will be coming
down hard on media moving forward. I thought that was disgusting.
But don't you consider yourself media, Betty? Isn't this why you do it? For views and clicks and money. Isn't it how you live, how you make your living? By doing this stuff, Betty? Just asking.
Her life matters.
Yeah, I did.
So, hi everybody in the chat. I hope everything is going well for you guys tonight.
Not only did her life matter, it still matters. What happened to her still very much matters. And the person responsible needs to be punished. Justice needs to be served. She did not deserve that. But what she does deserve, Betty, is if you're going to sit here and talk about her, at least get her name right. Her God-given name, at least get it right. Because I've heard you several times get it wrong.
You guys, please bow your heads and say a prayer for Kathleen Moore's family.
Oh, you got it right.
She will not be with them for Christmas.
Betty, you're pulling at the heartstrings of your subs. You don't need to say all this. Everybody knows she's gone. You're doing this for your views, for your money. Exactly what you just screamed about because a local news station wouldn't give you the time of day. Isn't that something? I'm not in Florida, and I knew Kathleen was missing before Blowhart went there. She claimed it was because Kathleen wasn't blonde. No, it was because it was considered a domestic fight. Yeah, and she's an adult, trust me, because my relative was blonde hair, blue eyed. All right, it don't matter if you white, blonde hair, and blue eyed. If you're an adult, they all, and there's other issues. But they aren't going to tell it regardless. They're not going to tell Betty what they're doing in their investigation. She's a YouTuber. She's just an average Joe like the rest of us. They're not going to give her pertinent information while they're working a case. But what they do need her to do is stay the hell out of it. Don't go questioning potential witnesses. Don't go tainting witness testimony or statements. Don't go trying to question the suspect or person of interest and his roommates and trying to point the finger in every which direction you can. And then going to get on here and say you found this ridiculous meat cleaver and that it was used and she was dismembered because he knows what he's doing. What the hell? Do you have any idea how messy it is, Betty, to do something like that? I mean, just saying. Apparently, you don't really have a lot of insight into the things you say. Because, yeah, that's. Oh, I love your channel, Kathy P. I wish you every success on YouTube. Cheers, chat, and mods. Oh, thank you, Trap Mafia. That was really sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I question plugging in my laptop as we speak. I question that meat cleaver thing. I question the whole thing.
Was a preventable death? This is again a domestic related death. Another one that we have dealt
Okay.
with.
All senseless murmurs should be preventable, but unfortunately, they're not. But are you going to preach to us about DV again? Because, girlfriend, look in the mirror, okay? Look in the mirror.
With in just a few short months, and it's just sad. It's sad. It doesn't have to end this way for anybody. We need to end domestic violence. Domestic violence has rocked my world. Growing up and into my young adulthood.
It wasn't just young adulthood, Betty. Come on now, stop. I don't know, and I'm sorry if it was in your childhood, but I do know, not in your young adulthood, but I'm sure your ex-husband would have some things to say about that. It was current, Betty. I mean, it wasn't that many years ago, Betty. And you yourself have committed DV, according to your charges. How you always managed to get away is because nobody wanted to testify, because it was either your mom or your then husband, or boyfriend, whatever. You were so lucky. You have no idea. You have no idea. And instead of using that for the good, you've done this. You've done this. But you're no one to preach on DV. You haven't owned your own actions, your own behaviors. It's always somebody else, never Betty.
I know many people that do follow me here. It has rocked their world to the core. We are finding the end results to staying in domestic violence relationships. So before,
and trigger warning if anybody, if this bothers anybody, but listen, I know you don't want to hear this advice, but there is help out there. You don't have to stay in it. I can't say that I know it's scary and all what you're going through. I because I'm not in your position. But please, there is help out there. There's toll-free numbers you can call. There's domestic violence hotlines. Please get some help because too many of these stories end up another case like this. Like my sister. She was getting help finally, but too late. Anyway, just you don't have to stay. There's ways. There's help available.
we get started and we run live with Pasco County, which they did say they would be going live on here. I don't see any updates right now. I'm monitoring their posts. We're just going to keep going forward, um, until we go live. Once we go live, I'm going to switch over to that page so you guys can watch it and monitor it. Hi, everybody. I see a lot of people are in here. Let's see if I can private message you. Hold on. Give me just a second. I got to try to private message somebody.
Okay, why are you doing that in the middle of a live?
Complicated. YouTube, go over to my Twitter.
Okay, yeah.
And I need your email addresses to add as moderators, and I will. If anybody,
wait, you got to have your mods' email addresses? I didn't know that. I don't think I have any of my mods. Am I supposed to have you guys' email addresses? I didn't know you needed a mod's email address. I just mod people in chat. I mean, we follow each other on, other platforms, and I talk to some of my mods on Messenger, and through email, but I never specifically asked for a mod's email address. Betty wants their whole life freaking history. Is there an app they have to fill out? You have to check all these boxes. The biggest one is must maintain an echo chamber.
I will only allow the people that I know to moderate for me. So if we haven't chatted or you're new to my channel, unfortunately, until I get to know you better, I will not be allowing those people to moderate for me. Only the people that have been here for some time and that I recognize. Thank you. So I just want to thank everybody for being here again. It's a bittersweet moment for us tonight, as Kathleen's family is suffering with this loss, and we're very thankful to the Pasco Sheriff's Office.
Now you're thankful to that. But I'd really like to know what the police told your ass, because you're never going to tell us the truth. You're not. And I just can't believe that they were good with you, sitting in your car for hours, filming everybody coming and going out of that street, out of that neighbor, out of them people's driveways. I just can't believe they'd be good with that. Knocking on people's doors. I mean, come on. The neighbors had to put handwritten signs up to keep you idiots away because you lied to them and told them you were press, which we heard you say. You introduced yourself. Betty, no real reporter would be called BullhornBetty, by the way. And besides that, you twisted that a little bit, but you took that name from someone else, Betty. You did. It's not even original with you. And also, you brag about all these views that you get on TikTok and other places, but Betty, you really don't get those views. And a lot of people don't know that, and I didn't know till I watched Headstones and Headlines the other day. But actually, you don't have nowhere near the views you're claiming. Nowhere near. I didn't know that that's how you could do it either. I mean, yeah, you're not famous, you're infamous. But no, because if it was the thing used, she'd be in jail because her fingerprints are all over it in the big thumbjack hole. Yeah, I know. Her fingerprints, her DNA. I mean, yeah, it's getting ready to cut loose. It got real dark here and it's thundering. So if my internet goes out, y'all know why. Hopefully it won't. Yeah, Betty, how's doing that not considered stalking? Yeah, same thing I ask is how'd she get away with it? You have mine, lots of labs. I don't know. It was a requirement, lots of labs. Yeah, me either, Starry Night. Uh-oh. I gotta plug in my battery. Oh, shit. Telling me all this time and I didn't have my laptop plugged in? Oh, my gosh. I know better than that. What the hell's wrong with me? Okay. There. It's plugged in now. It should say charging. Yeah, okay. Let's get back to old Betty Pets. Yeah, Story Nights. I didn't know it was a requirement either. You know, I don't. She has a whole application you got to fill out. But the big main thing is it's got to be an echo chamber. You can never disagree. You cannot have different opinions or any ideas. And Hell, I welcome ideas and stuff from my mods, my subs, from everybody. Hell yeah. I mean, you can't be at all places at every time, and it's not. So what if you have to vet some of it? You should if you're going to put it out there. But don't tell me Betty don't go by what other people do for her. Betty don't do it. All she's good at doing is wasting a lot of ink and a lot of trees, because she prints up. So I hope she at least double sides her paper, her printing paper. Recycles it. Puts it back through to print it on the other side. Since she's so hell bent in printing up all this shit you don't even need to print up. It's just mind boggling. She's got the mind of a much older person. The mindset, I should say.
Being a quick arrest in this matter. I'm pretty sure the evidence only pointed one way. We've been out there for days, and
Betty, you're pretty sure. Yet you pointed the finger at his roommates, at a neighbor. You couldn't just shut the hell up, because it did happen rather quickly. I mean, this all unfolded and locked down rather quickly. The Pasco County Sheriff's did a great job. You didn't give it a chance before you inserted yourself. And hopefully, nothing you've done is going to interfere. Hopefully. But you did waste manpower hours.
They just kept going back to one place and one place only, and that was Colin Knapp's home. I don't know if his roommates had anything to do with it. I can't tell you. When I arrived there this morning, both roommates were no longer there.
What the hell are you putting that out there for? Yes, they made it clear that he did it, not his roommates. And you know that. You know that. But you're happy to insinuate something else, as always. Misinformation.
First day we showed up and knocked the door to get a statement from Colin Knapp. There was
Why?
Only the truck and the trailer there. The whole entire driveway was empty. We went back the second day. We could see him outside. We asked him where Colleen was.
Her name is not Colleen. Get it right. Her name is Kathleen. You continue to get this woman's name wrong. You continue. And why are your clips from your other videos in this video? Is that what you do, Betty? You just take clips from your other videos and put them together every time you do another little short, and that's how you get a whole one? Is that what you're doing? But get her name right. Show some respect. Give her some dignity. I mean, that's the least you could do. Is get her damn name right. Double-sided printing. She's not smart enough for that. Kathleen was last seen on November 28th. I thought it was the 29th. Colin Knapp was arrested December 7th. That's 9 days. They got the evidence to convict him from his home and work dumpster in 9 days. Nothing to shame. No, they did a great job. I mean, they got evidence. They didn't even, of course the police aren't going to explain what they're doing to Betty or anybody she's with. They didn't even give they weren't even giving the investigation a chance. They knew there was an investigation going on, and they still inserted themselves. And to keep going back to this man's house, you knew he was a person of interest, Betty. I mean, come on, you're the legal eagle here. Yet you were going back and tainting the scene, tainting the neighbors, what they've seen, putting things in their mind, Betty, because you're talking, explain, telling them everything. You should have shut up and stayed out of it. Why did you stalk them? Why did you sit there? Why did you keep going back? Why are you filming these people's houses and putting it on YouTube? You're doing exactly what you blame everybody else for doing. And you just went off on that little local news station because they wouldn't give you attention. And you said they're only doing it for views and clicks and money. What the hell are you doing it for?
He had a cold stone face, stone cold face. His body language was all off. You could just tell he knew, we knew,
Oh,
and he immediately
okay.
tried.
He knew, you knew. You're now a body language expert. You didn't know jack shit, Betty. The man was. Mm,
To call the police, and of course we were standing in the road. We did not approach his property, and therefore there was nothing
oh,
that could have been done.
you're a
Um,
liar. You're a liar because you said you went and knocked on the door. So you did trespass on his property. You went back to the door multiple times. You said you could even hear the dogs bark and somebody move around in there because you idiots most likely were looking in the freaking windows too because that's the shit you do. So you're lying. And he should have, at the time, he wasn't arrested. He wasn't charged. You should have had the cops called on you. He had every right for you to leave him alone. Not the police, but you. And thank God you didn't destroy this investigation. The cops had such a handle on it from the get-go. You couldn't, thankfully. Because had you interfered more, I believe there would have been a different outcome for you anyway. I think you'd have seen exactly how much the Pasco County Sheriff's Office will take. But because they did such a quick job, you didn't have that chance. Though you tried it. You tried it.
in the public domain, so to speak. And I just find it off the cowardice of him to kill a young woman, not want to answer questions, and then have the audacity to call the law on people that are trying to find the answers. He's a sick.
Betty, the audacity to call the law on you? Hell, I want him to rot in hell, but I'll pat him on the back for calling the cops on you. Betty, it wasn't your business to ask questions. Again, it was an open, active investigation. You're not an investigative reporter. You're not a law enforcement. You're not nothing. It wasn't your place to ask him anything, Betty. That was for the police to do, not you. Get the hell out of here. Is she fucking kidding me? I know it was.
Man. I hope he rots in hell, and I hope he rots in jail. And I don't say that lightly. So
You don't say that lightly.
Hi, everybody. Thank you guys again for being here.
You don't say that lightly. Betty, you think we should euthanize children. You say it all the time, and it ain't about being lightly, but we'll move on.
There's new people coming in. Well, not necessarily new people, but definitely, you guys are following here. Kathleen, this is why I expect to kind of happen tonight. So I expect the sheriff to come on. I expect the sheriff to identify who they arrested, and I expect the sheriff to state that it was some sort of homicide, first, second degree, manslaughter, something of that nature. He's going to express the charges that are.
Betty, everybody already knew prior to this, though, Betty. Just saying.
Levied against Colin Knapp, and I think we're going to find out.
I'm fast forwarding people.
Twitter, my Twitter, and give me your email as well. I need your email as well, and I'll add you. So if somebody's not able to mod on future lives, I can get you to mod on those. So go ahead over there. And I was going to ask you as well, because I know we're chatting in there. If you do like to mod,
she's still doing the mods.
Send me.
Operating with us, providing information. So I want to thank them very much.
Now, this is the news conference when they made the official announcement, but it had already been out in the press. People had already knew, and at this time, Betty already knew. When she described him right there, bumbling, it was exact same description as a news article Stone cold face. Yeah, she really has gone bald. But I might fast forward through this. But anyway.
For being a partner in this case. Kathleen, she went missing early Monday morning. We cannot find any evidence after the fact that he told us he was at she was at his house. From that moment on, she was originally reported missing at Pinellas County. Pinellas County got that case early Tuesday morning. Pinellas County started running with that right away. Then later on in the afternoon, they realized she was missing in Pasco County. That's when Pasco County takes up the case. The preceding days after that early Monday morning, when everybody lost track of her, nobody seen her. Nobody saw her at school, nobody saw her at work. She was supposedly very active on social media. No accounts, nothing was being seen on social media. Pinellas County then pinged her phone, and there was a man who had found her phone at the Walgreens. He actually tells us that he dumpster dived, and he found that there at the 7th Street Boulevard on Little Road. So we continue to follow up information there. So we found out through the investigation that Colin had some garments of clothes that he had taken to work at Harold Seltzer's. He then puts it in the dumpster there. We find out in the investigation. Our detectives meet up with the waste management people, ask to get all that stuff that's in the dumpster brought to a landfill, and they go through that. I can't tell you the dedication of the women and men in that unit, of the entire Pasco Sheriff's Office, but let me just emphasize in that unit right now. They were digging through the dirt. They were digging through all that mess. Think about a restaurant dumpster. They were going through it. Day in and day out. They were constantly going through it. There are women and men in that unit that have barely slept in the past 6 days. They have a few hours of sleep.
But yet Betty's down here carrying on like an idiot, saying no, that trying to go out there and ask this guy why he did it and where she's at and stuff, like she's law enforcement or something, instead of letting the police do what they're doing, build a hell of a case.
That's how dedicated they are. We've had canines out there searching. We've had drones out searching. We've had every tool possible. We do everything. When somebody goes missing, we will put every resource out there to find them. As they were going through that search.
But Betty said nothing or very little was done because she didn't have blonde hair. But yet they're telling you they used drones. There was search efforts too. And search teams, both private and non-private, the police. They did use resources. They did. But according to Betty, very little or nothing was done. She's such a liar.
They find his article of clothing, and they find bloodstains on it. We send those bloodstains to the FDLE. Again, I thank the FDLE biology lab. They did a phenomenal job. They worked relentlessly. They matched those blood to Kathleen. So we went back to State Attorney Bruce Bartlett's office, who got a judge to sign off on a second-degree homicide warrant for Colin Knapp, which we immediately served this afternoon. Colin Knapp, his date of birth is 6/1991. He has 10 previous felony arrests and 9 misdemeanor arrests since 2004. Some included ag assault, ag battery, and domestic violence. In that case, Kathleen was not involved.
Now, mind you, this is the guy that Betty decided she was going to interview and get a confession out of. Just saying. If by any chance she found a murmur weapon and moved it and handled it, it could not be used as evidence. A defense lawyer would have it tossed, chain of custody broken. Yeah, it would be useless. It would be totally useless.
Again, our hearts and prayers pour out to family and friends of Kathleen Moore. I know you were all searching for a better resolution, and we all were. But unfortunately, this is what we have. And so I ask God to look over all of us and to look over you, because I know you're looking for answers. I know right now you are in awful pain. And may God bless you during this time. And know that the Sheriff's Office is going to continue to work hard with Bruce Bartlett and the State Attorney's Office to ensure that justice is done in this case. And I know it won't bring her back, but at the same time, know how much she was loved by so many people in this community. And if that's the one thing that our legacy is how much we are loved by others.
All right, I'm going to move forward.
The suspect and victim took, but we're doing the best we can trying to find out.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I fast forward it.
Hey, it's me.
Oh.
Take moisture. I'm creating.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so she's bringing people up.
So there you have it, folks. A few things that we learned is that there was a large amount of blood found. I have to assume that was found in the home. That they searched thoroughly and were there for 6 hours. They found clothing.
Don't assume, Betty, because you pass out too much misinformation. Wait for the facts, Betty. Yes, they did find stuff, Betty. Why do you think they were on top of this case from the get-go? You know, the case you said that got little or no attention, but apparently they were doing a lot of things, Betty. You just couldn't insert yourself. You were trying like hell. Thank goodness you didn't get to. Thank goodness they had a handle on it. But remember, this case, she got little or no attention. Nothing was really done according to you. But yet they used drones, search parties, dogs. You spent hours and hours and hours searching a dumpster at the dump for evidence, Betty. But nothing was being done. They built a hell of a strong case in a very short amount of time, but nothing was being done. Okay.
Had blood on it, primarily his. He had dumped some of her belongings into the dumpster. They cannot find any proof that a driver was contacted nor picked up. So we did hear from family and friends that she was on a FaceTime. She at the time calling
See, even back then, you did the we shit. The we. Who the hell is we?
And sorry, here I got things going on. Colin and her were fighting really, really bad.
God forbid you'd actually give this woman some respect when you're talking about her murmur and give her your undivided attention. God forbid.
And she called friends on FaceTime to express how she needs to get out of there. And there was Colin and another unidentified gentleman in that FaceTime video that they could see in the back. They didn't know who it was. I assume that it probably wasn't the roommate that was there.
There you go, assuming again.
Yesterday to us, it was sympathetic and empathetic. So it is one of these things where you know, here the police have done a thorough investigation. They pounced right on it. They themselves kept circling back to his story not being accurate, his story not being correct, his story changing slightly, you know, executing search warrants. And
Betty, you have no idea what the police had, what they were doing, because they never told you, Betty. You have no clue. You really don't. You could just tell how disgusted you are right now that your little bubble got bursted. You couldn't insert yourself and make a mockery of this case while they were, because the police were on it so fast and they got it together so quickly, and she was found, and You just couldn't do your usual. You tried. I'll give you the A for effort. You got there. And you tried. And you did keep inserting yourself. Whoa! I hate that. That was some serious thunder and lightning. Anyway, Betty, that's because I'm talking about you. See? See? Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Now the lightning scared the crap out of me. Anyway, Betty, like I said, you tried to insert yourself, and you did after he was arrested because you still ran with all kind of misinformation, um, and you still get her name wrong, and that's not surprising.
Going into the home, doing forensics, a large amount of blood was found at some location. I presume the home.
Don't presume.
There was clothing he tried to dump at his work, his place of employment, which is Harold Seltzer Steakhouse.
Betty, you're sitting there like, I don't know. You're just sitting there like you're so deflated. Just didn't get to put the spin on it you wanted to, huh? While you was out there.
Richie?
If he did call the police, I want to know what the police said. Because I know they told him to leave these people alone. I would hope they did. Do that now here in Florida. See what happens. Is that maybe why you didn't go? You couldn't get people to do this protest with you and act a fool with your bullhorn like you do?
They were able to take that dumpster, take it out to the landfill, and thoroughly search it. It was a disgusting, grueling process for law enforcement. However, they...
Yeah, I gave him some of his medicine. Oh, you remember my Bubba don't like the... Oh, man, that thunder and lightning, he just about jumped out of his skin. I know, Bubby. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I don't want to let you out of it because you'll go get wet. I know, buddy. Aw. Pat Bubba. It's okay. Go ahead and give him some loves. Aw. Okay, yeah, it's getting crazy here. And then it'll quit raining, and in 10 minutes it'll look like it didn't rain, but it's raining pretty heavy. It's the second time it rained, so kids might be night swimming again tonight. Yeah, he's my big 75-pound lap fur baby. He thinks he's a lap dog. I know. I know. Aw, you giving Bubba loves. Okay, don't lay on him. Don't lay on him. Dallas, don't lay on him. Okay. Aw. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Okay, I want to finish this so I can show more than I planned on. I didn't plan on. And I know some of this is what we showed in the very beginning, but it just put it all in perspective.
They were able to
fast forward.
Find the stuff that they needed to. Apparently some DNA work.
The evidence, Betty. They were able to find evidence and lots of DNA, Betty. Not the stuff. Evidence. Miss Legal Beagle, I mean, you're such a smart legal whiz. You should have all the terminology down.
Our forensic, maybe blood type matching. I don't know. They said DNA, I believe, in that. I didn't catch it.
Well, DNA means they matched him, her blood, Betty. Well, we know how you have a problem with DNA. Remember, you said in Brian's case that that's enough. Both of you stop. Stop. Symphony, you stop too, Dallas. Oh, they're fighting over who's petting the dog better. Oh, dear Lord. Y'all know Betty. Okay, no, Dallas. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Oh, sorry, guys.
Washing. That it did match her blood. Unfortunately, tonight they do not have Kathleen. Kathleen is not going to be reunited with her family. I was hopeful that she had
But
already
I
been found.
believe she was found, within a day or two of him being arrested. It was rather quickly. And he was arrested before they found her because they had enough evidence. That's what I mean. Betty she's deflated here because she didn't get to put the spin on this she wanted to. Even though she did do things, it's not to the degree she thought she was going to get going when she got there. Like having people out there with bullhorns carrying on like idiots and well, she did bother neighbors. But she got shut down by the neighbors. They didn't want to talk to her. And apparently these friends that she inserted herself, this woman's friends, Kathleen Moore's friends, and others that did put the search together, she inserted herself into that. And they interview people when they're trying to look for, yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to help. They're spoiled too. I let them handle it. I just tell them to quit fighting and get away from the dog. The dog looks up at them like, wow, they're actually standing there fighting over who's petting me better. I'm loving this. I'm getting more pets.
That's why they made the arrest, but it wasn't. They made the arrest because of the large amount of blood that they found that I assume was in
Betty,
when
they made the arrest on the totality of the evidence, Betty. It was everything. Their whole investigation, Betty. Come on. You're not the legal eagle.
did forensics and the search warrant of his home. So it is a sad night tonight. Kathleen's family is waking up and going to bed. I don't know if they're going to sleep tonight with the grim possibility that their daughter is no longer missing, but is now dead based off the amount. We have special guests coming in.
And you
here,
actually had to show. You want to talk about doing something for views and clicks and money? Oh my God.
He's finally on, so I wanted to bring this live. Let him go over some of the things he saw while he was out there.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Jonathan Richards.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. She's gonna have JLR on. Oh my God. And I wanted to go. Shit. I hope he ain't gonna be on long. Or isn't, I should say. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm just going to let you kind of take over. Tell us what you saw out there. You were out there for a few days. We knew as soon as we saw Colin and his behavior that something wasn't right. So I'm just going to let you take over what you saw.
I'm sorry, but that's a creepy looking. I'm sorry. And he got a fucking media shirt on. You've got to. Does he live in that stuff?
It's absolutely disgusting and appalling. Prayers to Kathleen's family. My heart goes out to them, and I know they're in pain right now. They can get some closure here, but it's not over. It's not over. As we all just listened to the press conference, haven't found Kathleen's body. It's still out there. We must find it. We must find it. And we've been outside Colin's home, for the last 3-4 days, and I've seen him multiple times, and he had every opportunity to just speak, and he did. And it's sick that he thought.
It's sick because he wouldn't speak to you. Who the hell are you? Why does he have to speak to you about anything? I don't care who he is. You're not entitled, nor do you deserve or need to be told anything.
That he could get away with this, and he did. He did. He's being held accountable, but it's not over. It's not. You need a body. We need to find, not only for Kathleen's family to get closure here. In order to get a secure conviction, you need a body. Even though they have the blood, like
no, you don't.
He said, that were on the clothing, found that Harold Seltzer, but in court of law, it still has to be tried, and it's hard to convict without a body.
They do it. It happens. And yes, you can be convicted with that one.
So he lawyered up. You heard the detective. He lawyered up, right away.
Don't most
Once he was,
suspects?
today. So it makes it very, very hard. The goal here is to secure conviction.
Isn't that his God-given right once he was arrested to lawyer up? I'm not defending the murderer because he deserves everything he gets. But that's what most criminals do, JLR, Betty. You lawyer up.
Hold this guy accountable, this monster, this disgusting human being. I mean,
that he is.
And I say that because, if I still can't believe, like yesterday, we had boots on the ground watching his house for the last since Friday. We had boots on the ground watching his house.
But that's just it. Who the hell are you people to be on watching his house? This is a man who's suspected of a horrendous crime, who's got a very extensive violent history. Imagine what she did to the restaurant biz he worked at after she claimed what he supposedly did. Yeah, exactly. Hey, headstones. This is too much.
Friday. And yesterday, we were told that he was out on his front porch with his roommate, standing out there. And what did we do? We rushed right to his house. First opportunity to speak to him. We pulled right up to his house. 3 cars pulled right to the house. I just instantly got up, pulled my phone out of my charger, said, "What's up?" "No, what's up? Where's Kathleen?" "Colin." And he immediately cowered up.
Oh my God.
Didn't look me in the eye. Started back to his house. "Where's Kathleen?"
He cowered up. JLR, you're 5'2", soaking wet, 80 pounds. Who the hell's gonna cower from you? I've seen you cower from people. No, he just doesn't owe you any answers. Would you prefer that it be turned around and laid your ass out? I mean, I don't know. You're a stranger. You're not the media, even though you wear these printed up t-shirts and hats and a fake press badge. He owes you nothing. You were harassing him. And it sucks because he is the criminal. He's the one who did this. But you still don't, because you don't have a right to violate nobody's rights, though. You just don't. But you know that, don't you? And you always take it to that fine line. But one of these times, that fine line is going to be broken. It will.
He said, "Oh, I'm going to call the police. Get out of my property." And then, as you know, his roommate started explaining a little bit. But Colin went inside his house like a coward and called the police, right? So
That's a coward. You hid by the police down here when that lady was missing before they found her. You hid from that lady. You went right by the police knowing that there was nothing those guys were going to do to you in front of the police. You acted like, oh my God, shut the hell up.
Concerned with calling the police on us for going to his house to ask about Kathleen and calling
because you had no business there. It was not neither one of you guys' place. You are not law enforcement, and you weren't any reputable media.
Police when Kathleen was missing for purpose and trying to help the police. So he's worried about people asking about Kathleen. It's
How do you
sick.
know?
I saw no emotion on his face. He just looked like a little. I don't use profanity, but the P word. He's
like you. You don't blink your eyes. You look guilty all the time.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he is. He's garbage. He's garbage. And then you know, I take this case personally, right? Because, you know, we've done missing person cases around the country, a lot in the last few months. But, you know, this one's close to home, man. This one is close to home. It's near my, you know, where I live. So I felt like it's a duty to come out and help this poor family. I don't know Kathleen's family, and I felt like it was just, I had to go
all didn't help.
out there and help them get answers, you know, and do what we did.
You don't help by passing misinformation. You're not helping when you're going and questioning neighbors and possibly tainting the witness poll, the witness statements. You don't help when you interfere in an active investigation.
Cases and apply it to them. But kudos to Kathleen's friends, her friends that called this in and noticed she was missing the first couple of days to get the ball rolling. Even though she got that 36-hour head start here, but she had friends. There are friends out there, and if her friends are out there listening, kudos to you guys for listening, caring, and helping your friends. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, and it got the ball rolling. And then now, you know, we done our part, tried to hashtag her name, try to get her name circulating on social media, trying to get other media outlets to cover her case and put her name out there for people to help.
Are you kidding me? The news was covering it. The media outlets were covering it. Oh my God.
And hopefully this can progress. We want answers. We want answers, and we want Kathleen found.
We usually pressure, you know, people in some cases. But this time, we actually pressured the media because they were silent. They weren't there.
They weren't silent. There's all kind of news stories about this case, Betty. They weren't silent. You didn't pressure anybody. Don't you get it? You're not anybody to put pressure on them. What could you have done, Betty? You didn't do this for nobody but yourselves, for your own views and clicks and money. You put pressure on my ass. All right. Not to mention potential jurors. Exactly.
Visible in any way, and they started becoming visible. And it's crazy because you looked at that room where Sheriff Chris Naco was.
There was plenty going on. The police were working the case the whole time. You just won't own it and admit it. And it had nothing to do with you guys. The police were on this from the get-go. They had it. And rather fast. What? The police is not going to sit down and give the media or wannabe media play-by-play of what they're doing during an active investigation.
And that whole room filled with media. And it really it's really upsetting.
Where were they outside Nap's house? Because they all knew Nap was
because the real media doesn't go and stalk people and harass them like you guys. The real mainstream media isn't going to sit there for hours filming everybody that comes and goes. The real media is not going to go and confront suspects. Not like that. I'm not saying they won't. And they have it in very high-profile cases. But, oh my God. The real media is not going to hang out in front of people's house.
For one suspect, you know, even though technically, like the at the press conference this evening, that they didn't declare him a public person of interest, but they knew for strategic reasons, not to scare him off. But they knew he was a person of interest, and so did the media.
Yeah.
So did the media. They didn't bother going knocking on his door.
You know why? Because the real media knew that the police had this and the police were investigating him and they knew to stay out of it and not interfere in the case. Unlike you two, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, freaking frack, whatever you choose to be called. Big Bad Betty.
What's up? Same thing I did, because that's exactly what I did on Saturday morning. Saturday morning, I went right to his house at 8:30 in the morning, and I went right up to his house and knocked on his door.
Why?
And I saw surveillance cameras all around, on his house.
But that wasn't your place to do. It's not you guys' business.
Cameras. And I said, "Where's Kathleen?" Colin. I heard a bunch of dogs barking. No one was in there though. So I'm actually live streaming it, and the reason why I live streamed it is more or less for my protection, because you don't know what you're dealing with individuals. I just wanted to witness this and whatnot, just in case someone came out and did anything to me, or at least have witnesses seeing. So I live streamed it, and then
that's not why you stop it. That's not why you did it. You did it for views and clicks. Exactly what your BFF just sat there and bitched about other press doing it. The hell up.
Came out and started freaking out on me about being
too bad you
saying, "There's a missing girl, dude. There's a missing girl here. Where is she?" And he started becoming belligerent on me. Looked like he was on drugs and all crazy.
Oh my God.
Kathleen's life mattered, dude. Kathleen's life mattered. Where is she? Get out of here. I'm going to call the police. Get out. I'm dumbfounded by that, because
you're dumbfounded by someone telling you to get the hell off their private property and quit harassing them with stupid shit. You're dumbfounded. Man, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up.
And caring people would be like, "Oh my God, what can I do to help? What can I do to help?" Neighbor across the street from Colin, she freaks out just by asking, "Where's Kathleen? She ain't here. She ain't here."
Because you people were harassing these neighbors. You were sitting out on the street filming their homes and people coming and going from their houses. You were knocking on their doors. If you see them outside, you were confronting them. You were harassing this neighborhood. They made handmade signs and put them on chairs in their doorways to keep you people away. And this was this case was wrapped up so quickly. Just imagine what would have happened if they didn't. If the police hadn't been on top of it and hadn't got it done so quick. Because you fools were trying to amp it up with protesters and your bullhorns. Leave people alone. It's not you guys' business nor place.
How do you know she's not here? How do you know? What do you know? Like, these people are very hostile, and I don't get it.
They're hostile.
Like, it was just a few houses.
They're hostile. You're in their neighborhood, coming to their home, lying about being the media, questioning them about a possible murmur, and they're telling you to leave them alone, but yet you're not, and they're the ones hostile. They're the ones hostile. Okay. Wow.
You know what I found out about it was, like, there's like a connection between Colin, his next door neighbor, and the neighbor across the street, because they were all like, you saw the neighbor across the street walking over to that other neighbor. They all probably know each other. And it's kind of more of the scummy houses in the neighborhood, because going outside a little bit, a couple doors down, and then you branch off, what do we see? We have
scummy houses. Scummy houses. These guys live at the Ritz-Carlton or something. They live in a mansion that they're so much better than everybody else. Scummy houses, huh, Betty? Okay. Wow. Neighbors know each other. That's not a big deal either.
neighbors that actually took us out walking along that road. I don't know what that road is. Not the main. Celtic, by that bridge, by the Ampler River Bridge, and helped us look for her and guided us and said, anything you can do, anything you need. This is a neighbor, Colin, saying, listen, I'll do anything to help. If you want to initiate a search, everyone can come to my house here. You guys can play in here. We can go look for it. You guys can park at my property.
Okay. Well, then why wasn't none of this done? Just wonder. Maybe because it was already being done.
The other side, out flyers the other day. These are neighbors, so majority of the neighbors get it. But these people around that particular house, it just looked like it was like a Twilight Zone. It was just evil people within there, and it's crazy.
Drug element. I felt that when I was there, I've seen it before. I just felt like it was a drug element.
Oh my God! Why do they always go to the drug element? Why? He drank. My God! Just because somebody, Betty, you shouldn't throw stones at glass houses, Betty, because your house would be considered the same thing as what you and JLR are calling these houses. Just saying. Boots on the ground. He said, no, dumbars. Boots on the ground is for vets. Your bish squad was heels on the ground. But no, heels on the ground was too. They weren't supposed to use that. They weren't allowed to anyway. Hey, Judah Marie. He would get one warning from me. Price of bullets is crazy, so no warning shot. We know a lot more than these two. Yeah. He's such a half arse and even good enough to be a full arse. Yeah, I wouldn't eat a steak there. I wouldn't even want to go to that restaurant. Nope. Oh, thunder.
There was just a seedy element just in those few houses around Colin's house, but it looked like, good, hardworking people after those few houses. They kept their lawns manicured. The houses didn't look trashy.
Betty, you showed yourself walking around. It looked like your average neighborhood, pretty much where you live. Just saying.
They looked up,
Oh,
so,
they're not where you live then, huh?
I went by the house tonight. I went by Colin's house
tonight
around 7 o'clock. This was a few hours after he got arrested. Nobody's there now. It's just pitch black. It's just pitch black. But I heard dogs. There's dogs in that house. Now, I'm sympathetic. I'm an animal lover, and I don't know if that roommate, Esteban, that was living there with him with a white Hummer, I don't know if he's going back there or maybe he's involved. I don't know.
Why are you putting out the roommate's vehicle and name in the first place? He had nothing whatsoever to do with it. Why?
Out there, there's dogs in that house right now. So he's arrested. So I think I might want to contact maybe animal control tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, and just let them know, hey, you got a guy got arrested. He lives with a roommate. I don't know anyone else in the house, but you got dogs in that house right now.
Right.
Save the dogs. Save the animals.
Yeah, they need to figure that out. They can't have the dog just sitting in there without any water. So, and since he was planning on coming home, that is a concern for the animal. And we always make sure the animals are safe.
So I'm actually connected with more Kathleen's friends on Facebook. I don't know names offhand, but there was people out there looking for her today. Some of Kathleen's friends were up there around Nat's house, and they were also with some of Pasco County sheriffs, because she was showing me pictures, and they were out there
you guys weren't there. You weren't there.
So if you're out there, I don't know your name offhand because I just met you, but God bless you guys. God bless you for taking your time in the day to come up from Pinellas County, Florida, all the way up to Pasco County, 45 minutes away, and spend the evening and afternoon looking for your friends. I mean, that's what it's about. And I hope this can continue. I want her to be found. The family needs closure, that type of closure. I mean, they leave of absence. I thought they told him not to go, but apparently he went today. So then I called Harold Seltzers just to confirm if anyone got arrested there, and they did confirm with me, but they said no comment anymore, and we're not liberty to say details. So then I knew something happened. So I went from there down. I went from that house. They're searching that area to Harold's house, Seltzers, to see what's up. You know, and in the meantime, I was texting the Pasco County Sheriff's Public Information Officer, Amanda, who I've spoken to for the last couple of years on different cases.
Yeah, they think you're a nut. They think you're a nut. You're right. All right.
We do just remember that we do have family at first that is watching this page. So if it's respectful, then I don't see it.
Oh my God, I can't do no more of this. Anyway, I've been on here long enough. We'll have to. I ended up showing some things I didn't think I didn't even know I was going to show, and didn't show the video I wanted to show. But there's so much in this what those two did that I could do another 2 lives. I just wanted to give you the gist of it. You know, she did say in the beginning that meat cleaver was used, and that's, you know, that he dismembered her and that it was used in the crime, and it was not even part of it. And had it been, it would have been important evidence. It was ruined because the only person's DNA and fingerprints coming back on that was Betty's. But Miss Legal Eagle didn't even know you don't pick up, you know, things and touch it and move it around and take pictures of it and stuff. So had it been any important, crucial information, sadly, it would have been useless to the case. Thank goodness it wasn't. And, yeah. Yeah. And, you know, they're upset because JLR is upset because there's a bad echo still. Okay. It might be because of the weather. Hey, Quartz. Is the echo better? With Gabriel the Bangalore, Maine. Coming in way late. Just tripped out. They did. But they think they caught the Long Island. Yeah, I seen that. And you know Betty's going to put out a lot of misinformation on that one. I seriously would laugh if someone would tase him and video it. Oh my God. You people would pay to see that. I do truly believe people would pay to see that. People are so twisted. I'd see it for free. She left the photo up on her live for 20 minutes for clout, but never considered Kathleen's family while doing it. Yeah, I know. She never does. Oh God, of course BHB is talking about it so she can mess that up too. Yep. You got that right. She will. Betty is... Wow, I was that far behind on chat. Whoa, no. Come back here. Okay. Now, according to Betty, what we heard in the beginning is, and it's not what happened to the woman, but she's been wrong. And then JLR is going to say that it's bad that some guy wouldn't answer some total stranger's questions that wasn't law enforcement, wasn't even rural media, wasn't anything, and just some Joe Blow off the street. And Betty's going to get mad because he won't answer the door and the neighbors won't talk to them? Echo. Okay. What the hell's going on? You don't hear no echo? Okay. It might have been the video I was playing. Yeah, the echo was UT. She really... Hey, Sopa King. Yeah. I left a question for her on her one of her pages. I don't know if she'll answer. But I asked her, since she's such a legal beagle and she knows the law so well, why on earth, when you're on a search, because what they tell you on a search party is you don't touch anything. Okay? Why would you touch it, play with it, take pictures of it, move it, and then put it back and notify law enforcement. Get the hell out of here. And she called, that's why she was meeting with the detective. That was her big meet with the detective because she claimed she found that. Wow. So it wasn't because of the, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. She said BT was racist. Oh my God. Oh, well, that restream boogered my phone. It boogered your phone? It worked great last time though. Um, Betty couldn't even get that woman's name right. That pissed me off. She didn't even have enough respect for her to get her name wrong. She would call her Kylie, Colleen, anything but Kathleen. Yeah, the blonde woman, because she wasn't blonde, but yet there was so much going on from the get go in that case, and they put such a good, strong case together to arrest him rather quickly. But according to Betty and him, nobody was doing anything about it, or next to nothing. But yet, drones, dogs, search teams, but nothing was being done. Media wasn't covering it, but there's hundreds of, I'll bring them up if you want me to. There's hundreds of local media that have live footage during their news station, news broadcasting time of Kathleen Moore, the case, everything. But what you won't hear about is the YouTubers, because it all went down so fast, and the police had such a strong handle on it from jump. They tried to get in there, but because the police did get it together so quickly, they didn't have the chance to do what they normally do. Betty wanted those hecklers. She was trying to arrange that, but things just happened so fast. You're afraid to booger your phone? Oh, we won't booger your phone. The last time it worked great with T. Oh, because Toasty goes up blondes. She's raised Toasty has done Shanny G Man. White boy, shut up. Andre, you're not blonde, dumbass. You're a fake blonde. Yeah, she's a bottle blonde. She's a bleach blonde. She has a tub of it. She has a whole tub of it. It's just wild how you can go back. And Betty has not changed her behavior. If anything, it's in a lot of ways it's gotten worse. She's not going to change. That's who she is, and like I said, it's coming. One day there's going to be the wrong one. It happens to everyone who pushes the envelope. That day is going to come when you're going to meet the wrong one. And, it is what it is. I'm going gray. Oh, I've been going gray and white for years. It's to the point now where I want to go get my hair cut. I want to go get a lot. It's so long and thick and heavy. I want to go get it cut off. Short for the summer because it grows so damn fast. And then I can go back to coloring it a little bit better. But it's too long and thick, and I just want to cut it off. I didn't change a thing since our last room. I don't know. Don't pick nose and stream. The ultimate thing about her to me is that she takes herself so seriously. Like she really thinks she's a professional when she's just spouting theories and saying things based on what she's experienced exactly. And she's the last person to get on here and preach about DB when she can't even own up to her own DB. It's going to happen. I want to see her arrested for interfering in an investigation. You push the envelope hard enough, it's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. I just, I hope everybody got the gist of what I was trying to show. I know at the beginning it was wrap because I really wanted T up here, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out because she put a lot of work into this, and I really wanted her to be a part of it. I felt bad. Um, but I am going to take us out with the intro T made because it is spectacular. Her filming, sound, etc. was horrid. Yeah, it was. And she doesn't know how to hold the camera when she's walking and filming. She doesn't know how to hold her phone. She does that when she's on her searches. Um, yeah, she pushes that envelope. But she needs that $4,000 camera so she can do it right. Don't you know? Yeah, no. But guys, I'm gonna take us out with this intro once again. Let me share screen. I gotta rewind it here. But I thank everybody for joining me and hanging out with me all this time. I always say it's going to be a quick live, but it never is. It never is. But let's play it. And here we go. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. I'll say bye when it's over.
Betty was in it for more than just fun. She had a nickname, the big cruiser sizer, cause downhill gravity is a big equalizer. Big Betty. Big Betty. Big Bad Betty. Betty was in it for more than just fun. She had a nickname, the big cruiser sizer, cause downhill gravity is a big equalizer. Big Betty. Big Betty. Big Betty. A big bad Betty. Big Betty. Big Betty. A big bad Betty. Well, the moral of this story is plain as day. Don't lie about your weight and don't lie about your age. Cause truth may be known by only you and your mother, but gravity will get you one way or another. Big Betty. Big Betty. Big Bad Betty.
Alrighty. Tease does such a great job with that. Okay, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me so long. And I'll see ya over the weekend, I'm sure. Thanks, everybody.